Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to share the story with you. I have to admit, this isn't something I researched as a professor. This is something I designed, implemented, and refined over a longer period of time. And then, now I can say, it's working. And actually, this is understatement. It's working very well. Let's go to the story. Transforming innovative ideas into profitable businesses is a complex process. And I took liberty to summarize the whole presentation, or even 20 years of development, into one single graph. And please, don't judge the graph or me too fast, because there is certain logic in it. The system or the process is not complicated because it consists of complicated elements. If you analyze movement of its elements, the movement of those blue balls is fairly simple and in many cases logical, and contributes to the efficiency of the whole system. And that's why I would like to talk about importance and power of systematic approach. I serve several hundred clients per year, different type of clients, entrepreneurs, startup, tenants in our incubator, students, subcontractors, project partners, and they have something in common. They are very passionate about their products and services. Many of them are literally on fire while talking about their products and services. But when it comes to financial side of their business, the picture is not so clear. It's actually blurred. And consequently, their current position is not so bright. We decided, as a member of the university in Osijek, to change that, to improve their view on financial side of their business, and improve perspective for themselves and future generation, our students. But how? We started providing services necessary for every startup. At the beginning, in 2002, it was business counseling. In 2003, we started incubation program. 2005 was a big year for Terra. We started offering intellectual property services, rapid prototyping, and we started our international invention show and student business plan competition. A year later, technology transfer, lifelong learning programs, and 2008, since the beginning of the network, we became partner in Enterprise Europe network to provide assistance for startups. But what we need for a successful startup, and I actually could use some assistance from the audience. Any idea what we need for a successful startup? Okay, while you're warming up, I would say we need a candidate. It needs business idea. Then we need some tools, planning, and support. If everything executed properly, we might count on success, but it's not guaranteed. So, you are ready to work hard and long hours, but what should you actually do? And common denominator for all of my clients is innovations. For many of them is really desire to be better than others. But for many of them is just be different, and that's okay. In certain circumstances, that could work well. But be aware that not everybody is crazy about innovations, and real money is actually coming fairly late. So you have to be patient, and you have to stay in business for a longer period of time. And then you should count with the environment. Environment is not just waiting for your innovation, sorry for telling that. They have well-elaborated algorithm in 8 steps to actually prevent change because they are conservative. And I was sad. I was really convinced that's Croatian, horrible. But surprisingly, it's not. This conservatism is fairly universal. The only thing I noticed locally is step number 9, that would really drain the remaining enthusiasm out of you. So, how to succeed? Surprisingly, Economic and entrepreneurial skills could help, but they are not enough. You would need some additional skills to be successful. And those skills are well elaborated by European Commission recommendation on lifelong learning competences. Be aware, transformation of innovative ideas to profitable business is an interdisciplinary process. And let's go back to my graph. I owe you the explanation. What is behind those blue balls? Behind those blue balls are simple, boring, necessary tasks that every entrepreneur should do. Not just do, but do in time and appropriate quality in order to succeed. It is not complicated, but it's a lot. And that makes the whole game difficult. Okay, there is a lot of IP in it. Many of those tasks are IP related, IP dependent, and I will talk about that just a little bit later. Let's go back to standard low-tech to medium-tech business and factors that entrepreneurs and even professors should be aware of. So those businesses are based on one great thing. Very predictable, one-person show, predictable mistakes, simple procedures, short-term thinking, and strong focus on sales and cash. And that's good, that works. That's also American. But not anymore. Technology, knowledge-based businesses, especially global ones, are more complicated. It's not anymore one-person show. It's definitely teamwork. It's demanding on time and cash. In certain cases, could take decades to succeed. No more short thinking, no more simple procedures. And yeah, many people are seeking Bandaid solution, a kind of silver bullet that would kill all their problems along the way. Are they actually any Bandaid solutions? Some consider new technology as such, but not necessarily. This is just partial solution to the systematic problem. New technologies combined with old organization could yield with expensive old organization. So new technology could be very useful, but also misleading. But let's go back to intellectual property, my favorite. Many of my clients know about patents, but they know they are expensive, it takes years to get one, it's complicated, and they don't do patents. They heard about industrial designs. They are cheaper, faster, but not as powerful as patents. So they don't do design. What they do? Well, they do trademarks, most of them. And if you think, okay, we covered the area, you might be that wrong, because the whole picture is like that. There are many more instruments to protect your IP, and you might not be aware of them. They are overlapping. They have different procedures, different expenses. It's so easy to make mistake, even at the beginning. And in many cases, it's not possible to correct it. But you have to be aware that IP is probably the most valuable asset you actually possess. Why? Look at this. Armando is a student, has great innovation. He's eager to share this with the public. All details, beauty of his product. On the other side, he has certified patent and trademark attorney. He's not so eager. He is there to prevent premature and inappropriate disclosure, not to undermine the IP protection. So this is my vision on his communication with the public. You shouldn't tell the details before you protect your IP, or you keep it confidential, if possible. Why? Innovations and protected IP is the way to achieve success by playing smart, not long hours. And you can spoil it even before you start. Okay, entrepreneurs don't have time. They are very rational. Why they actually bother with IP mess? To acquire just two things: freedom to operate and avoid surprises along the way. So learn from experienced entrepreneurs. Let's wrap up this part about transforming ideas to businesses. It is often like flying planes. How come? Oh, they both have checklists. If they follow checklists, they might prevent the plane from crashing or business from bankruptcy. Follow procedure. And then I would like to reflect on why is entrepreneurial success so rare? Once upon a time, to make and watch videos, make pictures, illuminate their spaces, reproduce music, do calculations, you need a lot of hardware. Not anymore. How about the future? Now, this is a possible solution, but we don't know. And the catch is, entrepreneurs may not decide on the past, not even on present. They have to bet on future, which is still not determined. And for sure, some of them would be wrong. That's why it's so rare and complicated. And there are some other guys, let's call them competitors. They're usually closer than you anticipate, just like mirror. And sometimes even better than you anticipate. It's a large playground, and you need help. You are not alone. Pick support you need. Preferably the guys who are not operating under motto business as usual. Pick experienced mentors and consultants, seasoned in writing business plan and having the whole picture of the process. Picking right mentor could be a crucial moment. Okay, experienced in writing business plans, but do we really need a business plan? So far, I trained more than 2,000 students in writing business plans, several hundred entrepreneurs, and I am getting a lot of attitude like this. My experience is a little bit different. A business plan is more like map and compass for safe travel. It will be very helpful to answer important questions, to engage people who matter, and acquire self-esteem and peace of mind. It is important. But what kind of business plan you have, not just ordinary business plan. You need a business plan that meets those criteria. Well, what just happened? Okay. Has to be is kind of obligation. If you miss some of those elements, could be real trouble. It is very good to have some additional elements on the right-hand side. But I have to tell, excellent business plan have a couple extra features you don't see here. Discover that later with me during the break. So I was talking about what should you do. Sorry for that. It's based on my own meandering experience. Let's talk what you shouldn't do. Let's talk about don'ts. Don't rush. This is a very special case of rushing. Don't start the business if resources are not secured. Then don't sign poorly prepared contracts. Treat IP properly. And that refers to other people's IP and your own IP. And then do not overestimate or underestimate some things. And many more. Again, case sensitive. Explore your case deeply. Do some serious business planning. Okay. So far, we were focused on result, on process. Let's talk about sociological aspect. To launch a startup is actually a challenge. And we already established that people around you are conservative. How about you? When was the last time you did something for the first time? How many of you already done that? Or seriously considering to do that? Be aware you are not alone, and there are some guys who could help you. It's time to wrap up the presentation. This is not just a beautiful picture. It delivers a powerful message. What do you need at the beginning? You need just one great idea. That's enough. And I had one. But if you think that beautiful, even great idea would yield business success automatically, you are dead wrong. And if you think you would achieve that by doing less than other guys, you're again dead wrong. Because that won't fly in sailing or business. Startups are guys who are working long hours, really long hours. They are stressed. But it is more difficult than you expect, but don't quit. Please don't quit. Don't quit too soon. That's a big mistake. It is a big mistake to quit too late. And the whole wisdom is to figure out when. But don't quit too soon. Because money will follow. Even recognition would follow. And possibly ability or opportunity to impact other people's lives would come. So stay and give your great idea a chance. As I said, this is the message of my presentation. All you need might be easily or less easily available. Up to this point, I was focused on result, on process. But please enjoy the travel. Go places, make friends, enjoy life. So top row, those are my students, together with North Carolina State University students having joint mission to Washington, D.C. Journey itself could be the most valuable part. But again, to result, write decent business plan. It's a structure. It reminds you not to forget important elements. And it is so easy to make mistake. Almost there, my portfolio from the beginning. Yep, it was really bold vision. I admit that now. But today, I have powerful tools in my toolbox, designed for special cases and different phases of any company. Some are really suitable for startups, some are even better for scale-ups. If you're still missing key know-how, definitely talk to me in the break or write to me about mobility and access to a network of excellent mentors within COSME countries through Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs and Mobilize SME programs. Some of my programs are so complex and powerful, they even deserve their own 20 minutes presentation. And I cannot go into details. But as I said, if you have questions, write to me. And that's all from my side. Thank you for your attention.